Good day, everybody. My name is Amy with Fairy Godmother Craft, and today I have a journal to share with you and a little story that is just my life and how my last few months have gone with my stinking tooth. So, this is a journal that obviously has a little bit of a dragon theme. It is a journal that measures 6 3/4 by 9 1/4, and it has a 1 3/4 inch spine. There are 222 pages in this journal, and I have included some embellishments, but there's plenty of empty space for you to fill up with all of your own journaling and your own embellishments. So, here we go. I did make a tassel for the side. This tassel has a charm on it. There's a little dragon on it. And then this is the back of the book. And I made this little band to close it, which right now it seems a little excessive, but I think once it gets full, once it's full of all your goodies, it will be a good closure for it. So I'm going to open this up and tell you my story as we flip through. So at the beginning of the summer, and I'm recording this right now in the very beginning of September of 2022, and at the beginning of the summer, my tooth started hurting me so horribly, and I called the dentist several times, and each time I called, I would say, well, my tooth is hurting me, so I wanted to see if they can get me in, but there was nothing open on the schedule, so they would say, well, call back tomorrow. So after several times giving them a call back, I finally decided, how about I just make an appointment? So I made an appointment for them to look at my tooth because my tooth was killing me. Now, I had a filling done on this tooth like maybe a year ago, and it's been hurting on and off since, but it had suddenly become where it was just always hurting. And so I go in, and the dentist, pretty much, I don't think she wanted to believe that there was something really wrong because nothing was showing up in an x-ray. Like, there wasn't a cavity in the tooth anymore. It was, it just hurt. And so she told me to, try Sensodyne. And if that wasn't working, to give them a call because I would need to get my teeth cleaned. And then before I did that, then I probably would need a root canal. And if they were going to do a root canal, then they would have to do all this, pre-qualify me for it, whatever. So I called the next day to make these appointments, and they couldn't get me in until the end of August for this root canal. And so then I said, well, how about for the cleaning? And they couldn't get me in for the cleaning until September. And I'm like, well, they said that you were supposed to have the cleaning before the root canal. Anyway, so I ended up being put on a wait list, and they had me go in, and I got it cleaned sooner. And then in order to have my tooth done, I got a call from my doctor's office saying that I needed to make a doctor's appointment with them so I could be cleared to have a root canal. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll do whatever they tell me I need to do to get this tooth fixed, because this tooth is killing me. And so I go to my doctor's office, and we discuss how kind of crazy it is that I am getting a physical for a root canal. And she's, my doctor's like, are they putting you under? I'm like, no, I can't go under. So just Novocaine, just root canal, So we kind of chuckled about it because we couldn't quite figure out why I needed doctor's approval to have a root canal. And so finally, after all this, I get in yesterday, and I was able to get my tooth looked at. So when I first get in there, the dental assistant is saying, um, how's your tooth hurting? And I said, it's killing me. It's hurting so bad that I have several times thought maybe I'll just go in and have you pull my tooth out, because waiting for this root canal has just been so hard. And so then she's like, well, do you want to just have or your tooth pulled? And I was like, no, I'd like to save the tooth if I can. So then she said, do you know if your insurance has approved this for you? And I said, I have no idea. I'm assuming that they did. It's been 2.5 months. So if insurance hasn't gotten back, it seems kind of silly. I said, I went and I had the physical, which then I said, I didn't know why I had the physical. And she's looking at my paperwork. She's like, oh, well, you have an implant. They probably wanted that because you have an implant. And so I'm thinking, an implant? I have an implant? Well, I do. I'm an idiot because I have a neurostimulator, and I've had it for so long that I forget. I feel like everybody who looks at me should be able to tell that I have a neurostimulator. So she said that was the reason why, because I had an implant, they wanted to make sure that I was healthy enough, I guess. It's not a pacemaker, it's a battery for my neurostimulator. Anyway, so then she said, well, we can only do half of the root canal today because of time constraints. We only have 70 minutes, so we'll get as much done as we can in the 70 minutes. And then once we know that the insurance has cleared, we'll have you come back and we'll finish the root canal. And so then I'm like, well, wait, you're only going to do half. So when I leave here today, is my tooth still going to be hurting? And she's like, well, we can't guarantee that your tooth. So here I am thinking maybe they should just pull it out. But no. I'm not. No, I want to save this tooth. So I'm old. I should keep my teeth if I can. So I go ahead and I have this root canal done. It took at least 5 shots of Novocaine to get my mouth numb enough for them to drill away at this tooth to get into the inside of it. And then once she started touching the nerves, at one point she said, I can't have you move or it might cause damage. And I'm like thinking, well, then stop touching the nerve that's making me move. Anyway, so I had that done. And so at the end of it, they put a temporary filling on top of it. And she said that insurance, she looked that the insurance had not cleared this root canal yet. So as soon as they clear it, they'll call me back to book the next appointment to have a permanent filling put in. And I thought, okay, wait. So you've done half the work. Insurance hasn't cleared it. And I'm like, so what does that mean? And she's like, oh, well, you won't owe anything until we've done the other part, because we don't bill until the second half is done. So if the second half doesn't get done, we won't bill you. Okay, I'm in a new state. I live in Wisconsin, and I have lived here in Wisconsin now full time for about 3.5 years, almost 4 years. And again, I am poor and I am on disability, and so I do not have the best, I don't have personal insurance. I don't have insurance through work or anything like that. So I realize that what I have, there probably are more hoops to jump through just to make sure that we're not doing things that, we don't need to be paying for things that people don't really need. And I totally understand that, and I get that completely. So hopefully they will realize that since half the root canal is already done, perhaps that finishing it is important for me. And I don't know. It it's been so nutty. I drink strawberry lemonade is what I drink, and I make it every day. And I usually make put it in the refrigerator, but I haven't been able to do it all summer because I have to drink it just tap warm because my tooth has been so sensitive. I haven't been able to have anything really cold to drink. So I realized this morning when I was making my water, I'm like, I can finally drink cold drinks because my tooth really does not hurt anymore. So it's got to be a good thing. So here we are at the end of this book, and I hope you enjoyed my tiny little story about um, my stinking tooth, and hopefully that part is all over and done with, and I'll be able to go and have the rest of it done soon. I will be putting this book, this little dragon book, up on my Etsy store for someone to purchase and love and journal and do whatever they want with. If in case anybody's wondering, this little dragon is from the Dollar Tree. I bought a shield from the kids' toy department, and I tore it apart and then tissue papered and painted all over it. I tried to match it with the paper that I was using. I didn't do 100% perfect job, but I still like the way it looks. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this little chit chat and this little show, and I will talk to you all again later. Thanks.